Really, truly, to have mastered a certain part of an instrument or voice, um, you can do everything in that particular um, part of that instrument or voice. For example, jazz or classical, or we talk about certain parts of the technical aspects of the trumpet. The most difficult, hardest part of brass playing is range, high range. Most of us can play low. Um, Many of you can't play high. And so to become an expert at the most difficult technique of being a brass player, you have to be able to apply all techniques in that upper register of your instrument. So going up there and hanging on a note at the end of a song, although it feels good for some people, that's not necessarily indicative of being an expert on the range part of your instrument. So the reason this tutorial is made is so if you haven't thought about it and you are claiming to be some kind of expert in the range department on your brass instrument, you need to make sure that you can back that up. And most people can't. For example, well, let's just take the Herbert L. Clarke, right? Herbert L. Clarke is probably one of my favorite books. Let's take something out of the second study, since it seems like more people than not are always working the second study. And let's take something that's not in an easy key. Okay, most people look at keys as being easy or harder, and I know that's not always the right way to look at it, right? It's just you should master all the keys so they all come out equal. But let's face reality. Some people think the key of concert B flat or the key of C for trumpet is much easier than D flat or F sharp. So why don't we do something in D flat? So we're adding that technical aspect to it. And then the Clarke book in study 2 actually ends on the C, if I remember, the middle C. So that's kind of where the last one is, and then right below that would be the A22. Well, just because it ends there, does that mean that you can't really go any more than that? Of course it doesn't mean you can't keep going. You just have to write it out or use your noggin on it, or use your ear, or both. So what if we did D flat? I'm not looking at anything. I guess I'm just using my ear to get it. And we know that D flat has how many flats in it? 3? 2 sharps, 3 flats and 2 sharps. I'm joking. We know that it has 5 flats in the key signature. And can you say them in order? No, you don't start off with D flat. Can you say it in order? Of course you can, right? B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. Got to know your flats and orders, right? It helps out sorting these keys out. So now, that was just off the top of my head. Now, to exhibit a mastery and expertise in the upper register, you would not only take something as technical and difficult as the thing I just did, which is not even written on the page in the Herbert L. Clarke book, but of course you'd have to take that into the upper register. And to be fair, that what I just played was not really what I would call upper register, because I would label that the highest notes in that particular one as maybe upper middle register. You know, just went up to the high A flat, right? So if we took it up an octave, and this is going to be pretty tough for me, so we took it up an octave, you would actually be touching on, and it would include the double A flat in it. And we'll start on D flat. slurred up there, slurred on the D flat, we tongued on the D flat. And folks, I'm just going through, you're watching a live take. Now if I wanted to make these crystal, beautiful, perfect, I might be able to do that with my new recording equipment, but this is a live take. So I could make what I just did here perfect, you know, with studio and everything, and go back and punch in and punch out. But you're watching a live take of me doing this. And so things happen, baby. So intervals. So you're slurring around the upper register. You can tongue around in there. And then you got to be accurate too, right? So if we started on D flat. Hope you enjoyed that and found that pretty interesting. So, harder key, right? More fingers involved. Way off the charts for upper register, because my opinion is upper register really ends around double G. And as soon as you go into double A flats and double A's, you're in the extreme upper register. And anyway, you just saw a demonstration of mastery of the upper register. Can you tongue up there? Can you slur smoothly up there? Can you do intervals up there and be quite accurate? If you said that you can do all that in the particular register, I would say that you own that register. You've mastered it. You definitely have. You are an expert and you have mastered that register. So I probably made this look a little bit easier than what it really is. So what I would like for you to do is to get off your butt, go grab your instrument, and do what I just did. But you can do it for wherever your range is at. So it doesn't have to be double D flats. I mean, if your range, you can get up to Fs and double Gs or As, you can play something out of the Clark like I just did and test yourself. Can you, if your range is a double G and you're pretty good at getting that note, can you do what I just did? Can you do a technical exercise with tonguing, with slurring? And then can you do the intervals? And pretty much nail most of it. If you can do all that, then you should pat yourself in the back, on the shoulder, because you actually own that register. I would call you a master and an expertise, or an expert in that part of the register of your horn. I mean, you got it. You got it down. If all you can do is this at the end of a song, yeah, and that's all you can do, baby, you haven't mastered nothing. I'll see you in the next one. Hi, I'm Kurt Thompson and welcome to my channel. That's youtube.com/brass instructor. Thanks for just watching the video that you did. Maybe it's the first one that you've watched, or maybe you've watched tons of my videos. In fact, as of June 2016, as a brass player and trumpet player, I have the most tutorials free on the planet. I have over 600 videos on my YouTube channel currently, all free. So again, thanks again for watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it. Sometimes I make a video just to make you laugh. A lot of times I make a video to educate you on something and maybe even help solve a problem. So I hope something like that occurred for you in this video. And while you're at it, again, subscribe, click on my website link, and go on to the next video. It's lovely out here. Have a great day.